Greetings, Rob Hatters here. A bit of a different video today. I'm brimful of stuff to share with you. It's coming off the top of my head. I can't think of any more, but you're bound to have a few more hat puns for me, and if you do, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll be very grateful for that. I'm secretly recording, or I was secretly recording until I tell you about this, a stupid instrumental album. And this album is based over 6 different landscapes. And they're going to be things like glacier and forest and cave, and it's soundscape landscapes with atmospheric guitar. And I've been recording it at home, but this year has been absolutely insane. I've been on 36 flights across more than 9 or 10 different countries, and I don't have the time to sit at home and mic up an amplifier, and then suddenly my son has to go for a doze, or my wife needs to have a rest or whatever, and I'm loud in the house. And my buddy Dan said to me, well, have you tried Fortin? And I was like, yeah, Fortin is that thing where you do the thing. Anyway, no, Fortin. It's an amplifier app, and you can whack it into your Logic Pro X, and it will sound like an amplifier. To which I said, I don't believe you. Birdie's absolutely correct. And I had my dad over recently. I was showing him, and I thought, you know what, I'll show you. It's really cool. I'm quite impressed. It's like having a Kemper in your laptop and then doing a thing. So you know what, I'm going to do a screen recording. You should kind of be able to see my laptop now. And what I've done is I've set up a project. I think at the top here it's called Sand Track. And I'm going to try and give away as little as possible for this album because I really want it to be a giant surprise. But I'm going to import a track here and have you listen to some of the background stuff. If you have a beard, this is the most pleasurable thing ever. If you don't, I feel sorry for you, son. I got 99 problems, but the hair ain't one. I've set up a lead, a rhythm, and a clean track. And then here, I was going to talk to you and record it on a microphone, but because I'm using the Apollo Twin, Apollo, if you're listening, I really need more than 2 now. It's becoming an issue. I can't record my voice at the same time because I might want to do rhythm or lead or a couple of things at the same time. I've got 2 inputs. I might need to do other things as well. You dig? Anyway, let me show you how this sounds using a guitar. Here's one I prepared earlier. Sorry for the absolutely ridiculous mess all around me. I've just not been here, basically, is the truth of the matter. Let's take a look. It's just so cool. By the way, I've set up a Silver Verb, just plugged in some reverb, but here's the Fortin on the side. So it's really kind of, by the way, this is just me in action doing my thing, so my phone's going to ring. I'm not going to edit any of this if possible. Let's start with the Amplifier Head. So you're all going to know about Fortin. I don't need to tell you about this amp brand or people that use it. There are some very famous users. It's very well respected. And I actually feel like I kind of own a Fortin now, which is a really cool thing. Here's the amp head. And you can just affect everything by doing this. That's the girth and the grind, which I could affect my girth that way. You can change channels. You get channel 1, channel 2. It's a regular amplifier head. So you can change all of the amp settings. You can turn it on or off. You can affect the presence, depth, treble, mid, volume, etc. Blah. That's all really cool. I like that. Here's where it gets cooler. You can add effects pedals from Fortin. Again, there's this one, the Zool, or there's the hex drive, or there's the grind. You turn them on and off as you would do with normal buttons, and you can change all the levels and tone and gain and stuff. And then, if you wanted to, you can go and move microphones around like this. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's really, I'm going to put it back. Or change the kind of microphone. So for example, I've got a Dynamic 57, you know what that is. But you could have a condenser, or you could have a Ribbon 121, or you could load a custom mic. You can add noise gates. You can add all sorts of things, and it's really cool. So let me just record a little bit here. Okay, let's take a listen to the lead sound, and I hope you're going to be kind of impressed. And if I just go in to turn off the silver verb, and then let's go into the Fortin and change, for example, okay, this is a rib. Let's make it another dynamic. That just sounds pretty good. Okay, that's good. Let's change the pedals. That was the hex drive. Let's go for Zool. Nah. Interesting. Grind. Oh, that's nice. Maybe with the hex drive. There's an interesting squealy thing. That's really cool. So, just so I can mark where that recording is, let's move over to, for example, a rhythm sound. I'll just arm the track and show you what I've kind of done with the rhythm sound. I've got quite a heavy gate on it. Show you what gone in on this one. So microphones, still a pair of condensers. You can see that I've reduced the gain there, and I've pushed up the grind and the girth, and I'm not using any of the pedals, and the gate is halfway up. So why don't we just add a bit of grind? I kind of prefer it without any pedals, to be honest with you. Yeah. And then, just stop that little track there. Let me show you clean sounds, which I won't really use a lot of, especially on this recording, but I think it's just important to show you kind of how I've got mine set up. So if I head over to the Fortin on this one, it's just slightly different settings, a bit more depth to make it a bit fatter and a bit warmer. I don't have any of the pedals engaged clearly, although you could do. Just, it's not really going to give me what I want. I think it's got a condenser and a dynamic. And there you go. Why don't I now put on this track and just have a noodle over it, and you can see sort of what it is that I have been doing, and it might give you a clearer understanding of what it is that I want to do with it. That will be nothing but the good things. God damn, I get lost. Yeah, I'm being very widdly today, and I'm not in the kind of the vibe of the tune. But you can see how it works. I'm literally plugged into an Apollo Twin. I'm just in my laptop. I can be as loud or as quiet as I need to be using, I mean, if I didn't have monitors, just a set of, you know, headphones and whatever. And as I've discovered recently, they even fit over my hat. So I know this was a very brief introduction to this Fortin plugin, but you know what? I really recommend you try it out. It's enabling. It's enabling me to get my shred on in hotels and not annoy hundreds of people all day long, which is otherwise what I would be doing. You guys take it easy. Chippity chappers, chippity out.